Coming across my profile, you're actually welcome. My name is Adebi7, and on this channel, this is what I do. I talk about tools, resources that can help you scale as a solo founder, bootstrapping founder, or any founder who is building lean and on a budget. You're welcome to explore some amazing tools, tips, and resources that can help you thrive in your business. And did you know that we all have access to Google tools, but we are not fully utilizing them in our business? And you can actually use Google tools for free in your business as you are getting started. And that is why I'm creating this particular video that talks about Google Workspace, how you can utilize them. So I'll be talking about different kinds of tools that you have access to in Google for free and how you can use it for your business. If you are just coming across my video for the first time, don't forget to click on the subscribe button so that when other series comes out, you are going to get notified and you'll be able to watch the video. Let's get started. First, in this series, we are going to be talking about Google Workspace for founders and virtual assistants. And in this episode, we'll be discussing about Google Drive. A lot of founders I've worked with, they have Google Drive, they have access to it, but they don't know what they can do with Google Drive. Do you know that in Google Drive, you can organize your business like a professional? And that is what I'll be showing you here step by step. I'm not just telling you, I'm also showing you how to do it. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to talk about in this episode is the problem. I've been there. I've worked with a lot of founders. When it comes to being organized, their folders are scattered everywhere, and email attachment, desktop, on WhatsApp. So everything is chaotic, and most of the time the result is that you don't get what you need at the right time. There are files that are lost, there are missed deadlines, and sometimes it even wastes a lot of time for you to keep searching for documents. Where did you download this? What is the title? So your business deserves better structure, and that is what we are here to do for you. So what is our goal? Our goal is very, very simple. It's to create a Google Drive structure that help you stay organized, find files faster, manage clients professionally, and scale your business. At the same time, this help you save a lot of time. Now, the step one thing we're going to do in this lesson is that we want to create your business name. Everything starts here. So we want to create one master folder in Google Drive and name it after your business. This is the foundation of your entire file system. That means once you go to your folder and you see your business name, that's going to be the main folder. And let me show you how to do this in the Google Drive. So you are going to go to your Google Workspace, click on Google Drive, just as I'm doing now. Now you want to create a new drive. So this new drive is going to be your main business folder. So let's click on create new folder, and you want to call it your business name. That's the first folder you're creating. So you're going to create the folder. Now you've called it your business name. So this is your main folder. And let me give you a cheat code. Even in Google, you can organize it with color. Maybe you want to use a color to recognize your business folder. You can use color. So I'm using purple. You can see it. So you open this folder. This is your business folder. This is the main folder. So this is where we are getting started from. So we already created the main folder. Now let's go to the next thing. What we are going to create under your main folder, that's your business folder, you're going to create brand assets, client assets, SOPs, marketing. So all these things is going to be under the sub main business folder. So you're going to create another folder under this main business folder. So you click on plus new. So you create another folder. So you're going to call this brand assets. That's a folder for your brand assets. You can see it is there. So you're going to create another folder, a new folder. Now you're going to call this client. This folder is for your client. So you type in your client, you create the folder. Now you create another folder, a new folder, and SOPs. You call it SOP and process. So this talks about how you run your business, your organizational procedures, your brand tone, and the likes. So that is SOP. Then you create marketing. So this involves what types of marketing you're using. If you're using social media marketing, if you're using in-person marketing, whatever form of marketing is going to be under this section of marketing. Then you create another folder again. So like I said, this is going to be a complete guide. If you don't know how to use Google Workspace or Google Folder, I'm showing you how to do it in this video. So if you're still watching my video to this end, don't forget to tell me a thank you in the comment section. Then you create a folder for your products or services, the service you render. What are they? These are essential because it is assumed that your business expand. You work with different kind of teams, so they will know about your business. So there is no need of running scatter, where is SOP, where is assets, and the likes. That's the objective. So now let's talk about what will be under brand assets. Now let's go back to our folder. So we have created different kind of folders. Now we have created folders for clients, we have fake folder for marketing, SOP. We also have folders for brand. So brand assets. Now click on brand assets. Brand assets. Now you want to create your brand asset. You want to add your brand assets to this place. So that's when you now add your file, you now add your document, you add your logo. So if you want to create your logo, you click on documents, and automatically this document you're creating is going to be under this file you've created, the brand asset. So this is going to be about all assets that you have related to your brand. Is going to be here. So when you look at this arrow here, you can see that this is already under the folder, the subfolder you created. So you can see it's under brand assets. So when you go to back to your document, you see that under brand assets we already have this document here. So you can upload your images, everything related to your brand assets, your logo, your font, your guidelines, everything is there. So if you are bringing in a virtual assistant, you're bringing in a team, you're bringing a social media manager, once they have access to your brand assets, they can read everything about your brand and learn more about it. So you don't have to keep racking your brain that what's my brand about, so I want to explain it to this person that is working with me. No, you don't need to do that again once you have all this in place. So that is that about brand assets, and it is also applicable to other things that you have in your business. Maybe you have photos, you have Canva links. So this is going to be a place where people can have access to your images. If you have social media that manage your business for you and they want to use pictures and the likes, so they have access to it here. Then we have client folder. So under the client folder, you're still going to create another subfolder. So let's go back to your business name, which is our main hub. That's the central hub for your business. So now we have clients. Now what I mean is that under this client, you're going to create another folder, new folder, and this is going to be for active clients. Then you create, if you have non-active clients, if you have leads, if you have intending clients, you create a subfolder for each of them, and accordingly you have all the information about your business. So it keeps your information organized and structured. So under clients folder, you can have something like the client's name, the contract, the onboarding form, missing notes, deliverables, invoice. So if you're running a service-based business that involves individual clients, so you need to keep every client's files in a safe place and in a nested folder structure. Now we have SOPs and process. Now most people don't share their process, and it's always stressful for us. For instance, when I'm working with founders and they don't have all this in place, it takes me a lot of time to read about their business and understand what they do. This is their processes, this is their SOPs. So I'm always confused at this stage, and it always takes a lot of time. And most times, founders always rely on their memory, so they jump on call with you and tell you, this is what my business is all about, I'm doing this, this, and that, but there is no document to support that. So it is good to always have a document. So under this, you can call this SOPs and process and standard operational procedures for your business. The way you want your business to go, this is the procedure. This is the. So you create another folder. So you're going to call this brand assets. That's a folder for your brand assets. You can see it is there. So you're going to create another folder, a new folder. Now you're going to call this client. This folder is for your client. So you type in your client, you create the folder. Now you create another folder, a new folder, and SOPs. You call it SOP and process. So this talks about how you run your business, your organizational procedures, your brand tone, and the likes. So that is SOP. Then you create marketing. So this involves what types of marketing you're using. If you're using social media marketing, if you're using in-person marketing, whatever form of marketing is going to be under this section. Marketing, you combine all subsections together, like the email marketing, social media marketing, everything are jam-packed together, and they are not well organized. No, that is not really going to make sense. So then you keep everything in an organized place all together. Then we have finance. Your invoices, the amount you're paying people working with you, the amount you're getting in, your tax documents, your revenue record. These are very important because it will enable you to track what is going well in your business and what is not. So now this is a security tips I really want to share. I don't want to neglect the security tips. Number one is that when you're sharing your business with people, maybe people working with you, importantly, you need to enable two-factor authentication. You need to add extra layer of protection to your Google account to prevent unauthorized access. Now you need to review folder permission. Let me tell you this one. Founders used to do this very well with me. After working with them for some times and maybe we are not working together, they don't usually remove people they've been added to the folder. They don't remove them. It's always like that for years. Even on social media, when they add you as an admin to their page, it's always there. They don't remove it. This is very important. It is always good to remove those who are not actively working with you from the folder. It's part of security tips, please, founders. So you should always regularly check who have access to this folder and limit the sharing to those who need it. Now I'm going to show you how to share access to your folder. Now before I do that, remember to remove unused access. Remember to revoke access for clients, collaboration, or teams. Remember to always use clear files name so that you'll be able to remember. So don't use names like document. Use the exact descriptive consistent naming for easy tracking. For instance, if you want to name this folder now email marketing, you know that this stands for email marketing. So let me show you something. Let's go back to the main folder, which is your business name. That is the name of the main folder. You can see that this main folder, you can decide to share the main folder with someone. Once you share this main folder with anybody, that means this person have access to all the subfolder, everything under this main folder. So once you click on share, you can see it. You click on share. Now it depends on what you want to do. Most of the time I will recommend that founders to always put it on restricted mode and add the emails of people they want to have access to this document. For instance, this is the person that I want to have access to this document. So you click on the person's name, you type a message to notify the person, and you are inviting the person either as an editor, as a commenter, or as a viewer. So you should be able to know. If you don't want the person to have access to edit the documents, so that means you can only have the person as viewer. Then you click on your send. So this person will get an invite to view the business folder. That's your main folder. Now, if you don't want somebody to, maybe you have a social media manager. Of course, a social media manager doesn't need to have business with your clients, your finance. So you may restrict them from having access to those aspects of your folder. So you only give them access to your brand assets because they will need to understand your brand. So you share it just exactly the way I've done. You share it with them. All these are available for free. Then under marketing, you may not necessarily need to share all the marketing material with them because this person is only managing your social media. So the person doesn't have business with email marketing. So you only share the social media marketing with the person. And with this, they don't have access to all your business information, which can be used against you. So this is where we are going to stop when it comes to Google folder, because I see a lot of founders don't even know how to use Google folder. They just believe that they just create one folder and they are good to go. If you have stuck to me to this moment, thank you so much for staying with me. And I want you to stay tuned for my next video where I'll be talking about how you can use Google Calendar. You can create a booking page. You can connect it to your Google Meet. Without lifting your hand, you can automate this process. I'm going to walk you live how to automate all this process together. So see you in my next video. Don't forget to share it with someone, and don't forget to add meaningful comments on what you have learned, your key takeaway from this video. See you in my next video. Bye for now.